Lesson 4 will cover the solids commands, surface command, and depth check, which functions like a cropping view in other programs. I will zoom into this corner to demonstrate the solids command. From the View pull-down, you will see the different options to turn everything to solids. Now, if you were to turn everything to solids from the pull-down or by typing SA on the keyboard, you'll run the risk of slowing everything down, especially on slower systems. Even if you turn the members back to stick, the solids would be stored in the memory till the modeling window is closed. Before we go further with solids all, I'll cover the basic solid forms. I'll begin by selecting members that I want to change to solid. Then from the right-click menu, I'll select Solid Opaque. When I clear selection, we see the members in their solid form in their native color. Notice how you see only part of the column. This is due to the depth check. I will uncheck the depth check box and now we see the whole column. If you right-click, there's an option to restore selection. This handy little command is great when you accidentally clear a selection by selecting in a blank space in the model. Now I will set the solids to solid transparent. This will cause all the material in the member to become a transparent solid. Finally, I'll finish with a solid transparent main. This will cause the main material in the member to become transparent and all other material to become solid opaque. This is a good time to discuss the two forms of a member in SDS2. The first form is the stick. This contains all the member data which is used to build the member, as seen when I review the member. Notice the section size, working point to working point, and connection data, to name a few fields. Second is the solid form of the member, which contains the main material and the submaterial, such as connection material and other attachments. When you select a solid member's main material with the default filter active, all the material, both main and submaterial, becomes the select color green. If you hover over the member's main material, all the material attached to the member will be highlighted. In both cases, the bolts are excluded. If you hover or select on top of a submaterial, only that material will be highlighted. When you double-click on a submaterial that is not a connection material, the material review screen will open. When you double-click on a main material or on a stick form of the member screen will open. When you double-click on a connection material, bolt or weld, the connection information will open. The first question to arise is, how do you review the connection material without having to open the member review? By changing the filter to either Material or Legacy Default, then select the connection item. The second question is how to select the main material. By setting the filter to Material and selecting the material, now you can review the main material. When we get to Lesson 5, I'll demonstrate more options concerning selection. I will unzoom for the next operation. I will select from the View pull-down, Change All Solid to Opaque. What I want to point out is that all the visible members will become solid, but only the visible ones, as you can see when I toggle off the Loaded status display. Some members appear to be in stick, even with the Change All Solid Opaque. When I zoom in, you'll see the members that appear to be stick become solid. There's a setting in User Options that allows you to set the level of detail. This will be covered at a later date. Next on the list is what is called the Snap to Surface command. This command can be accessed from the Navigation pull-down or by pressing Control while in the Select Items mode and pressing the middle mouse button while the cursor is on the surface where you want to snap to. Or you can use the icon. When you snap to the surface, the view will rotate to become perpendicular to the snapped surface. Also, the working plane will be set to this snapped surface. Now that I'm on the surface of this connection material, I'm going to rotate my view slightly so I can show our cropping of the view using depth check. Depth check is located in two places. One from the icon on the toolbar and the other one from display options. I will demonstrate using the display options. We are currently on the surface of the shear plate. Notice that my depth check is 3 foot into the screen and 3 inches out. When I modify the depth out of the screen to 0, and then I hit the apply, I'm now flush with the working plane, which is the surface of the plate. When I change to 1/16 into the screen, I now have a slice. I'll finish with 1 inch out and 12 inches in. Notice how the 12 inches was converted to 1 foot. By using the surface, solid, and depth check, I can quickly move around a connection to review it. Throw in an undo and a clear buffer, and now you're rolling. This concludes Lesson 4. In the next Lesson 5, I'll go deeper into selection, filters, and relative depth.